On April 26, 1986, the world changed forever. At 1:23 a.m., during a safety test at Reactor 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in the Soviet Union, a series of explosions tore through the building. The disaster released radiation, more than 400 times greater than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. It was the worst nuclear accident in human history. But Chernobyl is more than just a story of catastrophe. It is a story of heroism, secrecy, tragedy, and ultimately, rebirth. Tonight, we explore the untold story of Chernobyl, from the causes of the accident to the lasting scars on people and land, and the surprising return of nature in the exclusion zone. The rise of nuclear power in the USSR. After World War II, the Soviet Union raced to build nuclear power, both for weapons and energy. The RBMK reactor design was chosen, powerful, relatively cheap, but with dangerous flaws. In the 1970s, Chernobyl was built in Ukraine, near the town of Pripyat. Pripyat was a model Soviet city, home to 50,000 people, workers, families, scientists. It had schools, parks, cinemas, and even an amusement park planned to open in May 1986. Chernobyl symbolized Soviet progress, but hidden beneath its promise were risks waiting to surface. The night of the disaster, April 25, 1986, operators prepared for a safety test to simulate a power outage. Due to delays and poor communication, the test began at night when the most experienced staff were absent. Critical safety systems were turned off. At 1:23 a.m., the reactor became unstable. An enormous power surge caused explosions, blowing off the reactor's 1,000-ton lid. The core was exposed, sending radioactive material high into the sky. Workers described a blue glow, Cherenkov radiation dancing above the reactor. First responders. Firefighters rushed to the scene, unaware of the deadly radiation. They fought flames with no protective gear. Many suffered lethal doses within hours. Survivors recalled the graphite from the reactor core scattered across the ground, strangely beautiful but deadly. These men became the first heroes of Chernobyl. Many died within weeks. The evacuation of Pripyat. April 27th, the day after the accident, authorities finally ordered evacuation. 50,000 people were told to leave with only a few belongings, believing they would return in 3 days. They never returned. Today, Pripyat remains a ghost city, apartments frozen in time, schoolbooks still on desks, a Ferris wheel that never carried children. Soviet secrecy and global shock. The USSR initially tried to cover up the accident, but radiation was detected in Sweden, forcing the truth into the open. The world was horrified. Western scientists tracked the radioactive cloud across Europe. Chernobyl became a symbol of Soviet secrecy and failure. The liquidators. Over 600,000 workers, soldiers, engineers, miners were sent to clean up. They built a concrete sarcophagus around the reactor. Soldiers, called biorobots, were ordered onto the roof to shovel radioactive debris, each allowed only 90 seconds before receiving a dangerous dose. Miners dug tunnels under the reactor to build supports, enduring extreme heat and radiation. Many liquidators suffered severe health effects, but their work prevented an even greater disaster. The human cost. Thousands exposed to radiation developed acute radiation syndrome. Long-term effects include increased cancers, thyroid disease, and psychological trauma. The true death toll is debated. Official numbers say approximately 4,000, but some estimates reach 100,000 plus. The disaster scarred generations in Ukraine, Belarus, and beyond. The exclusion zone. A 30-kilometer exclusion zone was created around the plant. Entire villages were abandoned. Today, it remains one of the most contaminated places on Earth, but also a unique environment. Nature's rebirth. Ironically, the absence of humans has allowed nature to reclaim the land. Wolves, bears, bison, lynx, and wild horses roam freely. Forests have swallowed Pripyat streets. Radiation remains, but wildlife thrives without human interference. Chernobyl became a strange paradox, a place of death yet also rebirth. The new sarcophagus and legacy. In 2016, a massive new steel structure was slid over Reactor 4, designed to last 100 years. Chernobyl influenced global nuclear policy, increasing safety standards. It remains a lesson in human error, secrecy, and resilience. Conclusion. Chernobyl is not just the story of a reactor explosion. It is the story of ordinary people turned heroes, of families torn apart, of a city lost in time. But it is also a story of hope, where nature, against all odds, found a way to return. Chernobyl reminds us of the dangers of arrogance, the costs of mistakes, and the resilience of both people and the planet. Right finger subscribe to Fact Storm for more powerful stories of history, science, and survival.